This week in Louisiana agriculture.
Mid-year budget cuts here could mean more budget cuts here. I'm Avery Davidson with that story ahead.
Louisiana cotton acres are down this year. What crop will farmers choose to plant instead? And this has been the warmest start to the year on record. What that could mean for Louisiana this hurricane season. Hello everyone, I'm Michael Dana. Thanks so much for joining us on this week's program. The Louisiana state budget has a shortfall of $211 million this fiscal year. In order to balance the budget, lawmakers and state agencies would have to make drastic cuts to a multitude of state programs, and all those cuts would have to be made by June 30th of this year. As This Week in Louisiana Agriculture's Avery Davidson shows us, that could mean even more cuts to the nearly threadbare budget of the LSU AgCenter.
Right now, the LSU AgCenter is operating with a budget of about $92 million, according to Chancellor Bill Richardson. That's down about $20 million since July 1st of 2008. As you would expect, many of those cuts came from eliminating jobs. Richardson says that in the same time period, the LSU AgCenter eliminated more than 300 jobs.
Right now, it's the uncertainty that's killing folks.
To make matters worse, the Louisiana legislature is reporting a $211 million shortfall for the current fiscal year, the one that ends on June 30th. However, Richardson does not think the cuts are coming now.
It's almost impossible to make those kind of cuts with 6 weeks left to go in the budget year. I think somebody says only $100 million left that's unencumbered, so you can't cut that much. Even if I tried to lay somebody off now, I couldn't do it quick enough, to accomplish anything.
Richardson says if the cuts do not come now, they'll come in the 2012-2013 budget year, which means his budget will likely drop to about $89 million.
We're to the point that we're going to have to take a look at what's important, what's not, and then try to make sure we maintain quality in those programs that are really important to the citizens of the state, and some of the others that may be less important we may have to try to eliminate.
And just what are those important programs?
Rice, sugarcane, cotton, soybeans, some of those types of major crops we're not going to eliminate. The rice station is 100% self-supporting. They bring enough money from royalty income and from the checkoff with the rice farmers. Sugarcane is a major industry in the state, so we're going to have a sugarcane breeding program and extension programs. 4-H is a core program. We're going to have 4-H program. We're going to have ag agents in each of the parishes. So we went through and identified all those different types of things.
Richardson says there are some programs and research stations already on the chopping block.
We have a pecan station. We've got 2 dairies right now and a dwindling dairy industry in the state. So you start looking at those things, okay, now what do we really need to do to sustain quality research and extension programs?
Despite those challenges, Richardson is quick to point out that the LSU AgCenter continues to provide for Louisiana's farmers, ranchers, and businesses.
We got good people. People out in the state appreciate what we do. You go out there and people are happy to see you coming. They know that we kept them stay in business, and so that's what I get the enjoyment of. Going to the 4-H camp and looking at those kids, you think, hey, we are making some good strides, and we could even do more if we get stable and get some things done. But I love what I do and love coming to work every day.
And hopefully the day will come soon when lawmakers here do not have to cut the AgCenter again. In Baton Rouge, I'm Avery Davidson for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture.
The Advocate in Baton Rouge reports that lawmakers may choose to ignore the budget shortfall and just deal with it by making mid-year cuts in the next fiscal year. The legislature could also tap into the state's rainy day fund to fill the budget hole, but some lawmakers say the votes to do that may just not be there.